Mr. Lawand Raj Agha, leader of the Unity for the Protection of the People and member of the Military Council of the Democratic Syrian Forces. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you explain why there are forces that dominate the area in this moment?
In the area, our forces have had many fights with Islamic groups, especially in the north of Syria and in the province of Hasaka and in the area of Jazeera. We want to control the majority of the territory in the area. We have established with the Democratic Forces of Syria, and now we share part of the territories with the other groups that are part of the Democratic Syrian Forces.
How many there are?
The number is growing. We are missing statistics, but I would say more or less 6,000 fighters in the province.
Who is the coordinator for the military groups?
There's a military council made up of 40 individuals and a common council made up of 11 individuals, with the participation of all the groups. These councils control all the military decisions.
Where are the fighters from?
From Syria.
How did you organize normal people into a military army?
The Kurdish society had a political base built up before the revolution. Our history is a history of social fights and revolutionary struggle. At the beginning of the revolution, we counted on this base. There were already political parties, organizations, and military groups that worked in the dark. When the revolution started, we collaborated with women and youth organizations to include them as well. After all these years of working on that, our army is growing day after day.
How many Europeans left everything behind and decided to join the military forces?
There are Kurdish fighters coming from the north of Turkey. They came to support the Kurdish people in the north of Syria, and they started fighting with us. The foreign fighters that joined us are hundreds, but I do not have an exact number. I am sure there are more than 200 coming from the USA, Canada, and some Asian countries.
What is the role played by Kurdish women?
We think that women have a crucial role in our revolution, also in the military sector. We have the Unit for Protection of Women, YPG in our language. They had a fundamental role in the revolution.
How do you see the future of Europe?
Europe should support our democratic project. We need to develop our relations with Europe if we want our project to have a future. We think that there are conditions to make this possible. We are trying to develop a community far away from religious extremism. This can strengthen our relation with Europe.
Are you ready to sign an agreement with Europe on the return of refugees?
When the refugee crisis started, I remember I asked Europe to work with us on setting the right conditions to allow people to come back. The flow of people costs a lot of money and a lot of social tensions in Europe. They need to support us and help us in securing the territory in order to allow people to live and work here. This will allow people to stay. They do not like to immigrate and being far away from their country and family. If all the money spent on refugees could be given to the democratic self-administration, we could guarantee a better life here for them.
We talked about the agreement with Europe. Do you think it's going to be successful?
Turkey wants to take advantage of the situations and uses it to exercise pressure on other countries. Turkey is bound to fail. This is a mistake. You cannot use refugees for your political objectives. It is immoral and illegal under all constitutions and moral beliefs. Last night they killed some young people, and then they moved their bodies close to the border to make everybody believe they passed the border. Thank God there were people filming in secret.